Welcome back to the Scrum, April 15th. Wasn't supposed today would have been tax day, would it not?
I don't know, to be honest.
15th?
Something like that. It sounds right. I don't know. I always try to do my shit real early.
Right. Well, I think they pushed it back. They extended it.
I would hope so. I feel like
They would need to. They sort of need to this time around.
So it feels like there's a lot of shit, that people with more complicated taxes than mine are gonna have to maybe need some time to figure out.
For sure.
All the rich people to hide their money. You know what I'm saying, dude?
No. What are you looking at me for?
You're rich, dog.
Nah, I pay my taxes.
This is actually Josh's closet. He pays his taxes, but this is actually Josh's closet.
What are you talking about?
This is your closet. You should see the rest of the house. It's kind of crazy.
Chill.
It's like 8,000 square feet.
It's not.
He owns most of Raleigh.
I don't.
Most of it.
I don't. I'm a very robbable looking person. I have nothing. There's nothing worth coming out.
No one's gonna rob you on your own property.
I'd put all this studio shit behind me.
This is a studio apartment. Is what it is.
Chill. The kitchen
Bed's
was
right
right
there.
off.
Yes, bed is in the kitchen.
Damn.
To be like that.
It do be like that. Well, you gotta hustle.
Hey man,
Gotta pay the bills somehow.
Exactly. And your taxes.
I'm paying taxes on this podcast.
So I guess it goes back. You are hogging all that money we're making.
Exactly.
It's you and Cody has.
Well, it's like the thing is like this is not making any money, but because of those statements, the
IRS
is like, we gotta pay taxes. You're making money. We don't know how much, but you go with money. I'm like,
we're gonna take a guess.
It was a joke. Like, nah, we're not laughing.
We're gonna put you on Joe Rogan's rate. You're like,
I take it as a compliment, but,
but you do owe us like millions of dollars.
That's fucked.
That's fucked up. Speaking of fucked up, though, dude. So me and my girlfriend were playing this game called It Takes Two. Co-op, like just puzzle style game. You know what I'm saying? Like one person's got to do something for this other person can do something to move forward in the level. But so going into it, we're both thinking it's kind of like geared towards children. It's a very just like clay, like the characters are both like clay dolls, very animated type of thing, right? So opening scene, like it sets up the story, so this isn't a spoiler. I will be spoiling things though. And it's this girl crying as her parents are fighting outside on some, like, the mom comes home from work and the dad's like, you never spend any time with me or our daughter. And she's like, someone's got to make the money around here. Like, it starts out like that. And I was already like, whoa. I was like, whoa, I was expecting, like, wouldn't it be fun?
Well, the child that's playing that game is like, oh yeah, just like at my home.
For real.
Relatable.
For real. But so little girl, like, crying, goes upstairs, picks up this book called Dr. Hakim's Book of Love. And she I just wish my parents could be friends again, like type of like crying into the book. She has like two little dolls of her parents. And so, that puts a spell on the parents. They turn into the dolls. This sets up the game now, right? First of all, the Dr. Hakim book, very questionable, like Spanish, like accent going on, like real fucking like like
they did not cast a Hispanic person to do it.
I mean, they might have, but they were like, do it,
but leaning into it.
Do it, but like you're in an old cartoon doing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real, just like everybody. Like I'm like, okay. And so, dude, we're playing through, and it starts out. Their goal is like she cried to get us into this. We need to make her cry again to get us out of this. That's where her parents go. So you got to go there. Basically, we're going to go find her favorite toy and we're going to destroy it. And then that'll make her cry. And then we'll like come back to being people and we can get divorced. Well, this is, I haven't finished
we
yet.
Can get divorced?
This is like the first half, I guess. I would assume. It's like, this is the first big goal. Like,
and by the end, they're going to fall back in love.
Maybe, dude. They haven't turned the corner yet. Like in the dialogue, they're still both just like, God, you suck. And they're like, yeah, well, you suck. Like, and then
this game is literally promoting divorce.
Low key. Like it's kind of how it.
What is going on?
My guess, because I haven't made it to the end yet, my guess is gonna like the ending's gonna be on some. Yeah, we split up, but like we can still be friends. Like it's gonna be like that. Like we're gonna be friends for our daughter. But so you got her favorite toy is this elephant. She's like the queen of the castle that dad and daughter had built, right? Dad and daughter built just like a little castle in a room. So you got to get through the castle, go, assuming you're going to go fight the queen in like a boss battle. Defeat her, destroy her, daughter cries. You get up there, elephants. I mean, it's small, it's cute. It sounds just like a little girl. You know what I'm saying? Just like a real happy, nice, outgoing, like young woman. And she's like, "Hey, you want a hug? Like, isn't Rose? That's the daughter's name. Isn't Rose so cool? Like, I'm like, she made me queen. This is great. Everyone loves me. You guys are great. What's up?" Like, being so nice. And they're like, "Man, this really sucks that we got to kill you." And she's like, "What?" They're like, "We got to kill you. Like, killing you is the only thing that's going to make Rose cry." And everyone's like, "Why do you want to make Rose cry?" And they're like, "We're going to kill you." And so she's running and screaming for Rose. "Rose, help me. Rose, your daughter. This is your daughter. Rose, help me." Running around, and like, there's no fighting. You chase her down as she's running away screaming. Grab her. Start dragging her, like you're just tapping Y, just dragging her to the edge of the fucking castle as she's just like screaming for her life. She stops and like she grabs something with her fucking arm or her leg. Either way, you rip that shit right off.
What the
You just
fuck?
like rip it, and she's just like, "Oh, like my leg just got ripped off." And she's like, "Please stop." Like,
I'll do pain.
Dude, like, I'll do anything. I'll do anything. They knock something over. A thumbtack falls, goes through the elephant's ear. And she's like, "Ah," and you don't stop. You just rip that ear right off.
What the fuck?
Pull it to the edge and you throw her over. And that was the end of the level. And then Rose cries. You literally dance in her tears, literally, and then it doesn't work. And like that ends, and we just kind of had to stop after that for a little bit. We were like, that got so dark, like, and it was so like long too. Like you for a very long time were dragging her as she was just pleading for her life, yelling out your daughter's name.
I'm
like,
not
please,
having fun.
No, dude, neither of us were. Like,
This is why you just play Sea of Thieves.
Dude, after that, we go on the subreddit. There's not a lot of people on the subreddit. It's like 750 people. And all of them were like, "Yo, what the fuck was up with that elephant part, dude?" Like, every
That's
single
hilarious.
one of them. There's another one, like, earlier where this beetle, like, helps you. He's just like, this beetle, like, helps you. And you promise him, like, a bunch of nectar or whatever to, like, for exchange. And you just, like, he dies in the process. You just like, very expendable. You kill him. There's this other monkey toy that you had to fight. And he was like Rose's like bodyguard type of thing. And he basically gave up his life. He's like, "Just promise me you won't make Rose cry." And you're like, "We promise. Like, there's no way we'll make Rose cry." It's real dark, dude. I did not expect to hate the characters I'm playing as this much. You know what I mean?
That sounds like a horrible video game. It sounds like the fucking people that made it just had like some repressed shit they put out in the game so they could feel better.
But see, the thing is, like,
They're just passing their trauma off to other people.
The gameplay of it is a lot of fun. Like, they've made the same company made another game called A Way Out, which is similar style, like 2 characters doing a thing.
Right.
But it felt more just like playing one of those. Have you played one of those movie video games?
Oh, yeah.
Where it's literally
Cutscene
just
Hunter.
like, yeah. And it was more like that. Mm-hmm. But this game is like, it feels kind of like a Crash Bandicoot mixed with like a platformer. I don't know. It's real cool.
That's
but then everything between it is just real. Like, you're like, "Yo, this is so fucking dark. Like, this is so fucking dark."
That's wild.
But
speaking of dark, people had it dark. Trade deadline took place. We'll talk about the rest of it on pod day.
coming out
Monday-ish.
You know what I'm saying?
But we'll talk about hurricanes a little bit. So, it seemed like they weren't going to make any moves, which honestly would have been fine. And they still make a move, which honestly isn't that big a one.
Yeah, in the grand scheme.
In the grand scheme, isn't a huge one. Definitely does make some of an impact to the current roster and the starting roster as it was, and some fans' feelings.
We're hurt.
Drafted here.
Yep.
7th overall pick, like 2014 or some shit. Hayden Fleury gone
to Anaheim.
Now that's a team that I feel like we've been trying to make some trades with.
Yeah, they even brought up the who was it? Andre Kasha from last year or whatever. That got brought up when they were, they were like,
The whole Folk thing.
Yeah, they're like, was it tough to keep the trade under wraps this time? And he was like, "Not this time." Like, we fucking
Hayden Fleury's not Justin Falk.
Yeah, that is true.
And we give Falk a lot of shit.
That is true.
But anyway, so Fleury's gone, and we get a 30-year-old. Good luck saying that one. Haven't heard pronounced, so shame on me.
Hani Kappa. He's another Finn.
Yeah.
Another Finn, played for Karpat, I think that's how you say it, but that's Aho's dad's Finnish professional league team, the one he owns. He's played with Aho before, but he big boy that likes to lay the body. This is the first year he's played full time in the NHL. So I'm
journeyman.
Well, not really. I think Anaheim isn't Anaheim where he was drafted, or am I tripping?
I guess no, but in the sense that he's mostly played in the AHL.
A lot of leagues. Yeah. So he's definitely bringing something Fleury wasn't, which is I think a point that if you really, like you're saying, everyone loved Fleury, but if you really take a step out of your fandom and look at,
that's what your playoff depth needs. That's not, in case injuries happen, things like that. It's just it's a good security blanket.
I think
for
he
the playoffs.
plays tonight. I don't know if this will be posted by them, but I think Waddell said he should be playing for us tonight. He's right-handed, balances it out. I'm interested to see if it's Bean or Gardner that is going to end up getting most of that time. I
think he was playing with Bean on the thing.
Practice today or whatever. Nice.
I think I saw that. Maybe I'm making that up, but I feel like I saw that tweeting around.
I mean, because obviously he'll be on the third pair, but it's just, Bean and Gardner both look fine. So,
right.
How do you feel about the fans, though, that I'm trying to figure out how to say it, but I guess angry with the team that this is quote unquote all that we did at the trade deadline, that this does a disservice to the team.
Well, if there's fans that think that we should have done more, then maybe they're just a little bored.
Yeah.
But and then at the same time, if anyone thinks that we sold the farm, I think Fleury has some decent value. We got a couple extra picks too, if I'm not mistaken.
We got a 6th.
Right, so it's nothing substantial, but could be. And this guy's going to provide some depth for us as not a veteran per se, but not a rookie.
Yeah.
In terms of professional hockey, so I mean, it is what it is.
But I guess what I'm asking is fans that are you're looking at the moves that Florida made and Tampa made, the people that were in the playoff chase with. You're looking at that, and
they padded it up,
and we didn't do anything. This, we should have done something to send a message to the team.
We didn't get Kyle Palmieri.
Yeah, we
didn't get fucking Jeff Carter.
Yeah, or that they're looking at Taylor Hall, and they're like, why didn't we go after that? And just, I don't know. I hate that.
I respect that opinion. I do respect that opinion, because that would honestly, I guess here. Okay, there's a distinction, right? If we do that, that sends a message to the team. It's only a positive thing if we do that. But by not doing that, I don't believe we are hurting the team's chances.
Yeah. And I hate when I feel like people look at this shit like it's a video game, where they're like, we do this trade, bring in a good guy, well, the team goes up 2 points overall, and everyone's happy. And it's like, dude, that's not did you see the interview with Fleury before his first game in Anaheim?
I saw a interview. I don't know if it was the same one.
It was he was on next to the boards, on the ice.
I saw one where he was talking about
the
how
lead
he found
up.
out.
Yeah. And you're looking at that, and that's what this trading shit does. It's people aren't just oh, I'm a good player, I'm gonna go to a good team, and then I'm gonna play good. It's whole lives are getting moved, relationships in the locker room. It's more. I don't know. It's just, I feel like when people are saying it's sending a bad message to the team that.
Well, they just don't have a fucking clue. It's just like any fan that tries to put some introspective opinion on what the people inside a locker room might perceive it as. Mm-hmm. When it's when you do that shit, it's you don't have a fucking clue, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between just dropping that in casual conversation as an opinion, and tweeting it it's putting it out there no, this is really what I think. It's you probably haven't thought about it too hard, motherfucker.
And I really think on some level, dude, people have been spoiled by the moves that Waddell has been able to pull off,
especially
the past as of late.
Yeah.
And
we've been making moves of late.
Yeah, and because my question would be to people is what move would they have made? Well, Taylor Hall had that full no trade clause thing. He, it's a whole thing trying to get him.
Right. He has to want to come to Carolina.
Yeah. It's
basically
people were real attached to Eric Stahl. I don't think Trocheck's back now. I don't. Who is he really replacing?
It would have been cool, but it's not that big of a deal.
So it's just I do think pulling off some really good trades as of late in the past couple seasons that people are like, man, just kind of that. It's
that's
like
the
that
thing,
fucking just poking the bear.
Well,
like,
let's
do
also
something.
talk about like there's a big difference between like a good trade and like an attention grabbing
a trade for the sake of a trade,
right?
Making a move,
or just like a trade that has like a name attached to it. Like for example, just because you trade for Taylor Hall doesn't mean it's a good trade.
Yeah.
Just because the Predators trade for PK Subban doesn't mean it was a good trade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, they should have kept Shea Weber. They honestly probably would have won a Stanley Cup.
Damn. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just I'm not that upset. Like
What
I
if?
said.
Marvel, what if? NHL, what if?
Fleury, it sucks to see him go, but I am excited
Yeah,
to
it
see
sucks to
this
see him
new
go.
guy.
Yeah.
All the fans are going to love him too. That's the people we talk about all the time.
Carolina
like that.
hockey loves that fucking redneck tough.
Dude,
hit the
that's
board
just
shit.
Martin, boy. I tell you,
Yeah,
boy. And it's like, dude,
up, boy,
and the fandom will get
it.
attached to players that they like in the league aren't seen as like the tough guy. Like they're like Paquette. People love him. Like he lays the body, but like there's no one in the league that's like, oh, like fuck, man. Like I don't want to fuck with. Like I really don't want to fuck with him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At least he doesn't have that reputation.
Right. As
So
we know it.
we're bringing in a guy like this that lays the body. I'm not saying he's gonna be a fighter. I don't even care if that's gonna be his thing. But he lays the body. He's a big dude. He's gonna
replace what like that. Remember that thing that Edmondson brought to the fans? Whether it was real or not, he brought that.
Edmondson.
What did I say?
You said Edmonton. I was like Edmonton.
Oh, well,
I thought you were going all the way back like the Stanley Cup.
Edmondson.
Yeah. No, exactly.
You know what I mean? You just like,
Exactly.
oh no, he'll do his thing. Just there's a potential that could also happen with this guy.
Yeah, he's gonna lay 2-3 big hits tonight. Like
and he
every
might not
guy.
even fucking play every game. Relax.
Yeah, but it's just like
neither did Hayden.
Dude,
what were Hayden's points this year?
I think like not that many.
Best guess.
A couple, honestly. It was under 10. It had to be under 10.
We'll be
exactly. And to the to the point, he also was not laying the body. He's a good defenseman, very serviceable defenseman. He got almost like 20 minutes in his first game with Anaheim, but he's we don't need
at the prime, tall tail end of not end, but you know what I mean, like the veteran stage of his career, he will be a solid top 4 defenseman. In the
I think
NHL.
I think so. And we have enough of guys like Slave and guys like Pesci who playing very good
Gardner.
defense. Yeah, but playing very good defense. They don't exactly have crazy offensive flair.
Bean in 6 months.
Yeah, playing the transition. Hopefully Bean has a little more offensive
Right.
flair.
You
But
know what I mean.
Yeah. So it's like it's a little expendable bringing something we don't already have. So he's going to 3 big hits tonight, just like every guy that goes to a new team does.
Yeah.
Always get out there, lay the body, get comfortable,
Right.
and the fans are going to love him forever.
Right.
They're going to have a hell of a time trying to pronounce his last name correctly.
Yep.
When they're like, "Oh boy, I tell you, no one wants to mess with that."
Boy,
Woo, you know him, boy.
boy.
Yeah, the
hanky
big one.
panky
Yeah, the
boy,
hanky
boy, hanky panky, good boy. I tell you what, now, shit.
Shit. That's exactly how it's going to go, though.
But you know how it goes.
Dude, speaking of tough people,
Speaking of,
Jake Paul, Ben Askren, this Saturday. It's happening. It's going down. I think it's on the same card. There's another.
Like,
I think it's like another old boxer.
I'm not gonna
fight.
sit here and underplay like the level of attention this is gonna get and the amount of money this is gonna make these guys and a bunch of other folks, especially like tech people, like tech crew people who like could use that work and shit.
Yeah.
But like, fuck this shit. Like,
Dude, but it
this shit
is
is whack.
like the whole idea. I'm stressed about it.
Why are you stressed about it?
Because I do like have a lot of respect.
For Ben Askren?
Well, definitely for Ben Askren for what he's done, but just for like what professional fighting is. You know what I'm saying? Like
You don't want to lose that.
Well, not necessarily lose that, but it's like there's going to be like if Jake Paul beats Ben, which low key,
There's always a chance.
I think. Well, Ben is not a good boxer, and like it's
important to put these things in perspective. Every single fight that Paul has taken, not to undersell what he's been able to do in his time training as a boxer, but what to put in perspective, he's only fought people who have also stepped into that solo realm of boxing. He's not fighting fucking top tier career boxers.
Yeah.
Unless I'm missing something.
No, he's not.
Everyone he's fought on a big stage has been fucking, and I'm not saying he's not training with pros and he's sparring with pros, but every big ticket fight has been against someone who's stepping into that scene
for
who
the
just
first
thinks
time.
they can whoop his ass.
Yeah.
Is this the first time it's a MMA fighter?
Yeah. This is the first time it's a professional fighter. But so But again, Ben's not a good boxer. Jake had people might hate him, but to his credit, everything I've heard is he has been, but he's also just been putting the work in for years now into boxing specifically. And I feel like if he beats Ben, like people are going to be talking about it, like, you know, like it's this crazy thing, but it's like this, it's kind of like a best case scenario for him as far as getting a professional fighter, someone who was a champion, and then being able to beat him in something that's like as specific as boxing. It's just like I'm not ready for people to talk shit about just pro fighting sports in general, you know, just because I do like have a lot of respect for that. But Jake might win. Like if someone gave me like a couple grand where you got to bet money on somebody, I really might put it on Jake, low key, you know, because
everyone's betting against him.
Yeah, I think everyone's betting against him. And two, Ben, I mean, like you're saying, Ben has stepped in front of thousands of people to fight somebody before.
Right. But it's going to be also really hard for him to not use his legs or wrestle.
And that's my other point is like, if this were a real fight, like Ben Askren would literally kill Jake Paul.
He would kill him.
There's literally no chance.
He would literally rip his arm out of its place.
Yeah, he would just pop his head off, just like fucking those watermelons. Right. That shit was happening.
He would choke him. He would turn fucking blue.
And it's the same thing. It's really
the color of this can.
Well, it's the same thing. Like, and he's been saying that same thing that Conor was saying to Floyd, which I thought when he was like, "Man, if this was a real fight, I'd kill you." And he's like, "With that, easily kill you." And I just think that shit's funny. But I'm real nervous,
Scary.
man, because Ben kind of has the whole like MMA community on his back right now, you know?
Now, is he fighting or is he just like kind of out here? Or like I'm saying, like is he fighting MMA like on the regular?
Oh no, he had retired.
See, and that's another important distinction.
Yeah.
Ain't like he fucking is going against GSP or somebody.
You
know what I'm saying? I'm just saying because I don't really fuck with all the up to date.
Yeah.
He ain't fighting the cream of the crop MMA motherfuckers either.
Yeah,
it's very important. It's a very important distinction. So like the clout is there in terms of you're beating motherfuckers in a ring.
Yeah.
In a fucking square fucking...
You're beating pro fighters.
You're beating motherfuckers, but like... and?
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's gonna be interesting.
We expect this from a YouTube celebrity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is the minimal content you should be bringing. I want you to fucking fight... I want you to fight the GOATs.
Yeah.
For the clout.
Yeah, I mean...
Really do it. But see, that's the thing. They won't take that fight.
Nah.
Because you're not worth it.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, that's really what it is. It's not worth the chance. And the top guys, like, you know, the Conor McGregors, that's who everyone is saying. Like, if Jake beats Ben, maybe he takes one, maybe two more fights. It kind of like ramps his way up, and then Conor's kind of the cash cow.
Eventually, someone's gonna have to fight him.
I mean, eventually he steps in there with a real boxer, but then you think about it that way, he'll be 5-6 years into it.
And he'll be like 31.
Yeah, for real.
He'll be like a fucking veteran.
Yeah, for real.
Ready to go.
For real. It's good. I mean, it sucks that boxing has to be brought back into the limelight. Like, dude, it's this, and then like 45-year-old old heads that are fighting in the ring.
You know that's what he's gonna lean on though, as far as like what you can't take away from what he's done. In terms of like what he's now doing for the sport of boxing, in terms of putting a spotlight on it, which again, it's you can love to hate it, but it's you gotta give credit where credit's due.
For real, and Triller's putting on concerts between each fight, dude. It's gonna be, I can't wait. Now that I know what I'm getting into, I can't wait to see what they do. Snoop's back commentating, dude. Snoop's back commentating. That's gonna be great, dude.
That's gonna be pretty good.
I hope he shows up late again. I really do.
You're like, all right, where's Nate at?
Yeah, who's he fighting this time?
That's awesome. Well, he's like, what, Nate to get a rematch? He just keeps bringing up the Nate fight.
Yeah, man, my boy Nate from the streets, man. He'll walk this off. His name is just dude, just fucking face into Matt.
He said, like, my boy Nate from the streets. He'll walk no sense of presence, like in terms of commentating, like what's appropriate to say in that moment.
He's just literally, dude, I mean,
he's
out cold face down. Like he's not even on the stool yet.
My boy Nate's from the streets. He'll walk that off. No, your boy Nate is on the street, face down in the asphalt.
Dude, for real.
Unfortunately.
Oh man.
Oh, that's fucked.
I can't wait.
That's pretty good.
I hope he's got no training for it. Like, I want him to do exactly what he did. Just fucking be Snoop Dogg out there, dude.
Kind of be the highlight of the whole thing, I'm sure.
100%.
Especially if it's a quick fight again.
100%.
That's fucked.
It's gonna be good though, man. And just kind of cap it all off. But like you said, Ben's fought hopefully it'll last longer than the Nate fight. Just on
Right.
some, he knows how to take it into the late rounds. He's
True.
not going to have that adrenaline dump of like,
True.
you know what I mean? So
That's a very valid
if anything,
point.
he's like, this is going to be the least stressful fight I've ever had in my life. Like in the grand, he's like, I'm getting paid regardless. And he's already said it's more money than he's ever made in his fighting career, which obviously,
That's fair, yeah, which
And-
rightfully so.
Yeah.
Good for
I
him.
can't imagine how much a Jake Paul Conor McGregor fight would make. Just from like a money standpoint, dude.
I mean, I'd
Crazy.
let him beat the shit out of me for whatever. Obviously, I wouldn't garner the same earnings, but if I had the opportunity
Like
to,
you said, a couple mil. I show up. I show up.
I will swing on Jake Paul
Dude, Floyd
for
fucking.
a couple mil.
I think like the Floyd and Logan Paul fight got put off, and everyone is talking like everyone really thinks that Floyd thought it was Jake. Like when he was like, "Yeah, I'll do it,"
That's so
and then
good.
found out like, "Oh, wait, it's the other one. Like not the one who just got that knockout." Oh, well, hold up. Like
That's so good.
I'm not gonna show up for his brother. That shit's hilarious.
That's so good.
But yeah, man, this Saturday,
Be there, be square.
be there or be square.
Or just be doing something else productive with your time.
Do anything else, really. You can
Do whatever you want.
Catch the highlights on Twitter.
Watch all of our old episodes.
Josh is going to legally stream it from his Instagram Live, from the podcast Instagram Live
Yep.
at Talkin Sauce Pod. No
I'll be
underscore. Like Khabib, when Khabib streamed the entire UFC card sitting next to Dana
No
on his
shit.
Instagram Live, dude.
Is Dana just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know he was like, he's just like looking over, like, yo, what?
Dude, that's awesome.
But
Asshole. That's your money too, dickhead. All right, did we do it?
I think we did it, man.
Jacob,
What's up, dog?
where can they get us if they want to drop into some Sea of Thieves?
Drop some Sea of Thieves or watch an illegal stream of the Jake Paul Ben Askren fight. You can hit us up at Talkin Sauce Pod. No underscore. Respect the underscore. This Scrum usually out every Wednesday. Won't be this
Usually.
time. Podcast every Monday. Like, subscribe, hit
Usually.
the bell.
Hit it.
You can get me at Jacob JAY_COBBB. Josh.
Give me a T, CABZZ.
And you can get Dylan.
Nope.
Nah.
Nope. Nope.
Nah.